yoga. This will be a great start to your day or a great finish to your day or any time in between. So my name is Jody. Welcome. Plan is to do about 30-35 minutes of a yoga flow. Just listen to your body, move at your own pace, take the rest as you need to. Focus on your breath and enjoy. Let's get started. Let's start in a seated position, top of your mat. One leg in front of the other. Doesn't matter which. Just ground through those sit bones. Find comfortable position. Again, be dynamic as you explore where your body is at this moment. Just relax the shoulders, roll them back a couple times. And you can close your eyes here. Just start to focus in on your breath. Deep in through the nose. Feeling lungs, ribs, belly. Seated nice and tall, feeling the crown of your head stretching up towards the sky. Sit bones anchoring down through the ground. Try to deepen that breath. Just allow yourself a moment of stillness. Let's blink those eyes open. Inhale. Let's take a stretch up nice and tall. And as you exhale, forward fold. Fingertips to the floor. Walk yourself forward any amount. Just feeling where there might be some tension here. Just let it go. Doesn't matter how far we go as long as you're feeling the stretch. Focus on pulling the shoulder blades a little bit closer together. Keeping those sit bones anchored so that we're not just collapsing through the body, but we're lengthening the spine. Keeping the chest open. And just gently start to walk up. Right hand to your left knee. Just a little twist over the left shoulder. Moving purposefully and slowly. And release left hand to right knee. And just a little twist the other way. Waking up the spine. Linking that breath to a tight core. And release. Go ahead and switch the cross of the legs, the other leg in front. Take a little bit of a rock side to side, re-anchor those sit bones. Palms up this time. Again, you can close those eyes. Just see what's different here. Just allow the body to settle. And again, focusing on that breath. Make it deeper, maybe even a little slower. Eventually taking that breath into the nose, out through the nose to keep it warm. Warming up the body from the inside. Let's blink those eyes open. Inhale, stretching the fingertips as high as you can. And then exhale and fold. And again, any amount. Just seeing what might be different here. Tightness in that sacroiliac, low back. Just a gentle release. On our next inhale, let's go ahead and re-lengthen that spine to seated position. This time, left hand to right knee. Once again, just a little twist. Keeping the weight equal in those sit bones. And switch sides. Relaxing the shoulders down. Dropping the shoulder blades down the spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Crown of the head nice and tall. And untwist. Coming back to center. Let's go ahead and pull those knees up and then just extend the legs out fully. Flexing the toes. Move the insulation out of the way to find those sit bones. Re-anchor them. Inhale. Stretching nice and tall. And exhale. Fold with that double leg stretch. Reaching any amount. So to the shin. If you can reach the toes or behind the feet, go ahead and maybe give a little tug there. Inhale to open the chest. Draw the shoulders back. And then exhale, just surrender a little bit deeper. So with every breath, re-lengthen. And then exhale, surrender, just trying to find a little bit more space. You can keep the knees soft here as well. If you're feeling the hamstrings pretty tight right now, feel where the body needs to be. And just encouraging it to let any tension that might be gathered in there, just let it go. Try to relax, calm your mind, be present, letting go of any expectations, and just allow ourselves to discover. So inhale, go ahead and come up tall. Plant the right hand beside your hip. Left hand's gonna stretch up nice and tall. And just stretch, a lateral flexion. The gaze can follow those fingertips up. Feeling that side stretch through that body. Nice, and switch. Plant the left hand. Right hand stretches all the way through. Make sure that left shoulder stays down away from the ear as the gaze looks up. Focusing on stretching as high as you can before just a slight reach over. Keeping those feet flexed, legs engaged, and let's switch. This time going a little bit deeper. Go ahead and bend that right elbow, perhaps even drop the forearm, and take a bigger stretch over if that's comfortable for you. Try to keep both sides of the rib cage long so we're not collapsing through that right rib cage. Inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale, coming to the other side. Again, just as far as feels comfortable and good for you. Perhaps down on that forearm, perhaps we stay up on that hand. Stretch up and then over, keeping the chest open. Gaze up underneath that armpit and just feel the openness through that side body down into the quadratus lumborum that sits right above the hip. And inhale, come on up, roll those shoulders back a couple times. Inhale, circle sweep, lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, come on up. And just pull those knees up into a little bit of a boat pose. Keep the fingertips behind the knees for now. Roll the shoulders back, supported. But just allowing the core to wake up a little bit. Perhaps we can let go and fire up that core a little bit more. Maybe a little tap of the right toe and a tap of the left toe. Let's do that one more time on each side. Nice. Maybe open those arms a little wider. And let's just simply cross the ankles, grab hold of those toes, and roll forward, finding ourselves in hands and knees. We'll just go through a couple rounds of cat-cow before we move into our flow. So starfish those fingers, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll inhale, drop the belly, open the heart. And then as you exhale, round through the spine. Tucking the chin, open the back, lift up the waistband. Just continue to move through your breath here. Find as much length as you can in both flexion and extension of the spine. More space, as if you're trying to grow taller. Nice. Let's return to neutral and just pull the right hip towards the right shoulder. Left hip towards the left shoulder. A little bit of a wag the tail here. Fires up the oblique abdominals, as well as a little bit more lateral side flexion, and helps to move the pelvis in all sorts of directions. Nice. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, simply sink your hips to your heels, stretch the fingertips out, child's pose. So just a recognition that we may choose to come here at any time during our practice, and that is okay. If we just need the time to reset, reconnect to our breath, just take a moment away from the flows. Please come to this point here and just take as long as you need, or push pause and then come back. Getting into our flows, we're going to just get some heat generated in the body, really focusing on strength and flexibility at the same time. Stretching those fingertips way out in front, curl the toes under, and lift the hips up and back, and find your down dog. Starfishing those fingers, and start to press the weight through the heels, alternating here. A little bit of a walk the dog out. And as you focus on opening the bottoms of the feet, opening the Achilles, the calves. You're also gonna hopefully feel a little bit more openness here through the hamstrings. Lift the tailbone up. We want the rib cage to pull towards the hips rather than popping down towards the mat. We also want the chest to sink a little bit closer towards the mat, finding more space. Ears between arms, gaze between the knees or the toes. Let's go ahead and find a little bit of stillness now. The heels may or may not touch the mat. Either one's okay, as long as you're feeling that stretch. But maybe soften the knees a little bit and pull the tailbone up. Soften the knees a little bit more and then pull the pelvis up and back. You may feel the stretch intensify a little bit, maybe some different areas. So maybe that's a place where you need to focus on more. And then as you settle in, then maybe try to get those knees to become a little straighter. Protect the knee joints, however, by never locking the joint. Protecting the wrist by pushing the weight into the fingertips. We'll stay here for one more deep breath. And then inhale, look up to your hands. We're gonna walk the hands. So take as many as you need to walk the hands towards the toes. Finding ourselves in a forward fold. Let yourself dangle here. Soften the knees as you need to, any amount. Rest the belly on your thighs. The back still isn't quite warmed up, but let your head be heavy. Let it hang. You can grab opposite elbows or keep those fingertips on the shin, on the floor, or maybe even use blocks to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. So use those props if you have them available to you. Try to get the hips over the heels. So we have a tendency to shift the weight towards the back end of the mat here. Just bring it forward a little bit. We still want the heels connected, so the weight's not all in our toes. But just shift forward a little bit. See what your body says about that. Try to pull the hips up a little higher, a little straighter through the legs here as you start to find space. Maybe a little movement side to side or forward and back. Excellent. Let's go ahead and release. Inhale, look up, lengthen the spine, flat back. And then very gently start to walk the hands all the way back out to plank. I'm just gonna try to stay in the camera frame here. So I just shifted my toes as well. So whatever might work for you. Plank position, you can go on your knees as well, or your toes. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Strong core. Pull the backs of the knees up, so firming the legs, firm the thighs. Find a lot of strength in your plank from the thighs, the legs, not just the core and upper body. One more deep breath in. And we're gonna lower all the way to the floor. So take as many seconds as you can to do so while you squeeze the elbows into the side body. So tight elbows, tight ribs. Lower all the way down, and then untuck your toes. And just inhale. You might need to move the hands back and into yourself. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and inhale, lift to just a mini cobra. Try to keep all 10 toenails connected to the floor here. Just feel where your spine is. Make sure that's comfortable for you, or choose to even go a little bit lower. One more breath in. Then as you exhale, press firmly into the mat from the knees to the toes, curl the toes under, and we're gonna lift straight up and then back into your down dog. Take any movement here that you feel is needed, or go right to stillness. As you inhale, look to the hands, and then start to walk those hands back to your toes. Nice. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then this time, reverse the swan dive and come all the way up. Standing position, stretching up to the sky. A little bit of a backward bend here if that's comfortable for you. And hands move through our center. Nice. Inhale, circle sweep, lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, hip hinge. Elongate the spine as you come down, looking forward until the last second where we drop the gaze between the knees. Inhale, look forward and walk the hands to plank. From here, knees or toes, exhale, chaturanga, release breath, exhale to the floor halfway, and then inhale, open up into that mini cobra, or perhaps you're ready for an up dog. Thighs, knees off the floor here. Rolling over the toes or curling the toes back under, finding plank, and then press right back to down dog. Inhale, look to the thumbs, walking the hands towards the toes. Finding ourselves in that hip hinge, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hug the ribs a little bit closer to the thighs. And then inhale, circle sweep and lengthen all the way up. Hands move through heart center. Nice. One more of those little flows. Let's inhale, circle sweep. Can you stretch a little taller? Exhale and fold. Inhale, look up and walk the hands forward to your plank position. On your next exhale, lower to the floor, strong. Chaturanga, inhale, open that heart, up dog, or your cobra option, roll the shoulder heads back. Exhale over the toes, maybe add an extra push-up if you'd like a little bit more strength work, and then exhale back, down dog. Feeling a little bit warmer, heart pumping a little bit more. Let's inhale, toe to the sky, right toe stretches all the way up, three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the right hip over the left. And let's open up through that right hip. Square the shoulders. And press that left heel nice and deep through the mat. Straighten that leg once again, and as you exhale, pull the knee to your right elbow. So high plank, touch. Inhale, sweep single leg back, keep it straight. Exhale, knee to elbow, try to touch. One more time, inhale, straight back. Knee to elbow, pull it through, touch. And then step back to plank. Take a nice deep breath here. Walk the hands all the way back to the toes. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, once again, hug the ribs to the thighs. And then inhale, come all the way to the sky. Right away, swan diving, forward fold, hip hinge. Inhale, look forward, and walk the hands forward to your plank. Moving through that flow, or choose to skip it and go right to down dog. We exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open that heart, shoulders down and back. Curl back to down dog, perhaps that extra push-up on the way. And in down dog, we'll lift that left toe up, high to the sky, and bend the knee. Stack the left hip over the right, but square the shoulders to the mat. See if you can push with the hands away from the mat, pressing a little bit more weight through the right heel, and open up that left hip even a little more. Let's take a breath here, soften. Re-straighten that left leg, and as you exhale, left knee to left elbow, pulling the shoulders over wrist, plank position. Inhale, stretch straight up and back, straight leg. Exhale, pull that knee in. One more of those. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, knee to elbow. And step back to plank. From here, walking those hands to your toes. Try to keep the legs maybe a little straighter as you come through. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale and fold. And then inhale, circle sweep. Stretching all the way to the sky. Right away, forward fold, hip hinge. Looking forward, let's walk those hands back to plank. Going through that vinyasa flow, or choose to skip it. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open that heart. Exhale, an extra push up if you'd like. And down dog, nicely done. In down dog, let's once again stretch that right toe straight up and back. Keeping the hips level this time. Let's take that extra stretch. Then as you exhale, pull the knee all the way through, in between the thumbs, and step that right foot forward. Knee over ankle. Go ahead and drop the back knee, untuck the toes, and just settle into a runner's lunge here. I like to take some movement, some shifting right, left. See how that's feeling. You can use some blocks here to lift that body up a little bit more if that feels more comfortable, or even bring the hands up to the thigh as needed. Think about the gravity, just being heavy here, sinking the hips to the floor. Let's place that left hand on the inside of the right foot, and we'll sweep the right fingertips up, opening the chest, a little bit of a twist. Make sure that right knee's not dropping away. So lengthening crown of the head, out through the toes, and then from the right fingertips all the way down to the anchor of the left hand. Bring it back to the floor. Untuck those toes, or curl those toes back under, I should say. Have this nice long lunge. We're going to sweep the right toe straight up and back. So back into your three-legged dog. And then pulling it forward once again. Finding that long lunge, this time keeping the back leg off the floor. We'll sweep right up into a high lunge. Tucking that back knee, opening up the pelvis. Hands can come through heart center here. Take a little lean forward. Left elbow twist across, connect onto the outside of the right thigh, and pull those thumbs towards chest center, looking over that back shoulder. Firm up that back leg, nice and long and strong. Nice, untwist, stretching all the way back up to the sky. And then hands to the floor, stepping back to plank, holding for that strong breath. And let's move through that flow. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, opening that heart. Taking that extra push up, or not. And press back, down dog. So next inhale, left toe stretches straight up and back, square the hips. As you exhale, pull that knee right through chest center and plant that foot in between the thumbs, and we'll drop into the back knee here. Taking that time to settle, knee over ankle, shoulders drawn down the back. Again, finding some movement here as we ask that hip to open. Nice. Planting the right hand on the floor, block inside that left foot. Sweeping left fingertips up towards the sky. Keep the belly lifted. And try to peel that chest open more towards the ceiling. Exhale. Let's plant that hand. Good. Curling that back toe under, and we'll lift right up into that straight back leg. This time sweeping the hands all the way up into that nice strong lunge. Beautiful. Hands move through heart center. Right elbow, twist across, connect onto the outside, prayer twist with that straight back leg. Crown of the head stretching forward. So let's untwist. Take that stretch up one more time. Before we exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. You can go through another vinyasa here, or simply walk the hands back towards the toes. And we'll just find ourselves in that forward fold. Nice. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to fold. And then reverse that swan dive. Let's come all the way to the sky. Hands move through heart center. Nice. Inhale, circle sweep, lift, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, looking forward. Let's walk to our plank. Taking a couple of breaths here. And again, drop to the knees. If you need to take just Just a little intensity off. Let's move through that vinyasa one more time. Exhale, chaturanga to the floor. Inhale, open that heart center. And exhale, the extra. Take it or leave it. Down dog. Let's stretch that right toe straight up and back. And then as you exhale, step it through. This time we're going to spin the left heel down and windmill the left arm all the way back and find your warrior two. So nice and strong. Take that time to settle a little bit deeper into that lunge. Knee over that ankle, back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Strong arms, relaxed shoulders. Gaze over the front fingers. Let's inhale, reverse. Stretch the right fingertips up and over without collapsing the left ribs. Then as you exhale, come into side angle. Again, keep the rib cage long, both left and right sides. Once again, reverse. And exhale, side angle. And let's do that one more time. Inhale to reverse, keeping that strong lunge in the front. And exhale, side angle. We'll hold it here. Wrap the left hand around behind your back, stretching for your glute or your hip. Wrap it around any amount. See if you can settle those hips a little bit deeper. Open that chest. Looking up to the ceiling, rolling that left shoulder head back. If you would like a bind, left hand can go towards the back of the thigh. Right hand wraps around underneath, grab hold, and then lift up, press away, re-lengthen, and chest open. If you have the bind, release. Elbow back to that thigh. Windmill the arm all the way forward, finding our low lunge, pressing back to plank, move through a vinyasa or right to down dog. Left heel scoots up to the sky. Exhale, step it forward, plant it between the thumbs, spin the right heel back and open all the way into warrior two. Left knee forward. Stack over that ankle, relax those shoulders, tall through the crown of the head, stack the shoulders over top of those hips. Let's inhale, reverse left fingertips to the sky, and then exhale, windmill, side angle, find long straight lines in your body. So inhale, stretching for more length. And one more. Keeping those heels, balls of the feet anchors. Nice, and hold, settling into this side angle, and we'll wrap the right hand around behind the back. Good, any amount. Really focus on opening that chest, roll the right shoulder head back. Option for that bind. If you choose, in the bind, we want to keep the head above the heart and the heart above the hips here. So be careful not to be dropping too low to try to reach for that bind. If that's the case, just keep that elbow here and gently over time focus on finding more openness through the hips and the shoulders to allow you to create that clasp. Let's release that bind. Open up that right fingertip to the sky. Windmill all the way forward, finding the plank. Yes, let's move through that vinyasa. Another round. Settle into down dog. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. I'm going to start to slow it down just a little bit of a shorter class. Today, hopefully you've felt a little bit of heat being generated. I want you to inhale, move into plank slightly, but walk your hands closer together. We're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right pinky finger, and then step back to plank. Left foot to the outside of the left pinky finger, and just settle in to this lunge, back to plank. Let's do it one more time. Right foot on the outside. Can you sink a little bit deeper? Step back plank. Left foot sinking just a little bit deeper, back to plank. This time right foot comes forward, stays. Left foot comes forward, stays. Sinking into your malasana. Now if you need to bring the elbows up, stay up a little higher, make that choice that's best for your body. If you can, turn the toes out just slightly, and then sink the hips down as deeply as you're comfortable through the knees especially. Hands to heart center, pressing the elbows into the inside of the thigh, the knee, a little bit of movement left, right. See what you need to discover, and then settle into maybe your least comfortable position. Make sure there's no pain involved, however. So a deep hip opener, take what you can, take what you need, leave the rest, hands to the floor. And if you have a balance in your practice, you can take those knees onto the back of the arm. You could, into crow pose, try just one toe, and then the other toe, or take your time if you'd like to try both. Bringing those toes together, finding some balance for as long as you can. Play with it, and then step back to that plank. One last vinyasa if you want it. Inhale, open that heart. That extra push, and then press into your down dog. Nice work, everyone. Inhale, look to the thumbs. Walk your hands to your feet, and just hang. You're gonna inhale, look up, exhale, and fold. And then inhale, come all the way up. Nicely done. Hands to your hips, step your right foot forward, just a couple of feet. Keep both toes forward and the hips square. Inhaling, we're gonna come over for a pyramid pose, looking over the front toes. Very strong opener here through the hip. You can take your hands behind you if you'd like a little bit more of a chest opener, or keep the hands supported in front. Walking, folding forward any amount where you feel the body still lengthening rather than collapsing. Nice. Inhale. Start to walk the hands back up the thigh. We're going to lift up the right knee. Just find a little bit of balance here. You can open up into a tree with the foot below or above the joint. Just for a quick little balance option. Really stand tall on your supported leg. Choosing any upper body options that you like. Hands release. Taking that front knee. And take the right foot and cross it over and in front of your left. So the feet are crossed at the mid shin. Take a nice deep breath up. Toes pointed forward, but exhale and fold any amount. Your hands might need to stop here to be supportive on the thigh, or continue to come forward. And a real good IT band stretch here. And again, just allow your body to discover where it can go. Try to keep the weight equal through the feet. Soften the knees as you need to. Just play with it, explore, breathe through it. Allow your head to relax. So no tension in the neck with the head be heavy. Good. Inhale, start to look up. And then very gently scoop the belly and roll the spine. Articulate one vertebrae at a time. All the way back up to stand. No rush there. Take the time. Drop the shoulders back. Uncross the feet. Take a deep breath up. Inhale. As you exhale, hands come to the hips. Left foot's going to step forward just a couple of feet. Everyone has their own little preference here as to how far they like their pyramid, but keep the hips level no matter how far the feet or close the feet are. So we inhale, we hinge forward, finding that space. Hands can help you keep those hips even. And you can either walk the hands down as long as the back stays flat, or if you have the hands behind your back on the first side, may try it on this side, perhaps with the opposite thumb on top. And then just exhaling this one. Make sure that back heel still stays connected. So all the weight is not in that front foot, but it's equally distributed front and back. Keep that belly lifted, choosing any amount with your breath. Maybe go a little bit deeper, but then you need to come out of it. And then inhale, come all the way up, nice long spine. Shifting the weight into the back foot now, lifting the left knee up. Finding that tree, foot on the inside, the outside, the inside of that thigh, either above or below the knee joint. Just protects the knee joint. Engage the body here. We want to have all the muscles working. So not just standing, but stretching tall, pulling the hips open, pulling that left knee back. Bring those hands back through, release the tree, crossing the left foot over the right. Make sure both feet are planted, all 10 toes pointing forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale and fold. And chances are you're going to feel something different on this side. Maybe this side's more open, maybe this side's a little bit more talkative to you. So just gently breathe here. You are going to allow the heart rate to start to slow down a little bit. So see if you can surrender in this posture, even though it can be a little bit intense across the outside of that right hip and thigh. You may feel it in the hamstring, you might feel it all the way down into the calves, the peroneal muscles on the outside of the shin. You might even feel still opening through the back of the spine. Nice. Let's inhale. And then with a big exhale, nice and slow, tuck the belly up and in and roll. Stacking each vertebrae on top of each other. Coming to a stand, rolling those shoulders back last of all. Uncrossing those feet, finding your standing mountain pose. Let's just take a moment. Maybe one more big stretch. Little back bend here, just to open the heart towards the sky. Keep the spine long. Let's move those hands through heart center. Nice. One more breath. We're going to stay in a standing pose to finish out today. If it's at the end of your day, perhaps you'd like to take this to a seated pose to make it a little bit more relaxing for the end of the day. But for your morning, we'll stay standing. We'll try to keep some of that energy that you've created today. So relax the hands down to the sides. One hand just above the ear. And let the right ear drop to right shoulder, left ear towards the sky, but not forcing it. Just let it relax, let it be. Let the hand be heavy, but not pulling. Can we stand just a little bit taller? Pull the belly button in. Feeling still an anchoring through the feet, rolling that left shoulder head back, palm forward. Does that change the stretch to the side of the neck here? Do you have a lot of tension that's sitting in this part of your body today? You close your eyes, and can you feel stillness in your body? Can you feel your body moving from left to right, forward or back? And can we minimize that? Keep it smaller, more stillness. Good, blink those eyes open. Remove that hand just to release, roll the shoulders back, and other side. Good. Let's roll that shoulder open, turning that right palm forward. Maybe as we settle in, we're able to find a little bit more space, a little bit more openness here. A lot of tightness loves to sit up in this neck area. You may need to look down. You may need to look up a little bit, play with it, feel where you might need it the most. Close the eyes. Still feeling all of that proprioceptive work. You can feel your body shifting, just these little teeny movements, side to side, forward and back, up and down. Just be aware of them. It's the proprioceptive nature of our bodies lets us know where we are in space, all about our movements, our connections. Open those eyes, release. Go ahead and just find that center again. Maybe drop the head, look it up, side to side, let it go, rolling those shoulders back a couple of times. Bringing those hands to heart center. If you'd like to take a namaste, laying down on the floor. In your final relaxation, take that time to just quietly lay down. Take 10 to 20 deep, slow breaths. And finding that time before you move forward with the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate your energy and your love, even through the video. Enjoy. Have a safe day, my friends. Namaste.